Hi, welcome. In this video, I'd like to take a couple minutes to talk about the issues associated between love and leadership and how to know the difference between whether or not it's a unhealthy connection through a possessive type of love, or that it's a type of love that represents meeting the needs of another, that the person's actually in a right relationship and it's a mutually rewarding relationship. And again, when you're looking at trying to interpret which one it is, there will always be a good and bad reason why the dog is really with somebody, because of the type of relational connection dogs, the path that they follow through the pack relationship and through nature. And so the ability to discern what it is really comes through stepping back and putting proper context into that connection through the associated behavior issues and how a dog relates, through that person as the pivot point within the relationship itself. So as soon as you'll see, and this is how it always, the path it always follows with people, is as soon as you start to see behavior issues start to play out, that represents the dog is starting to devalue that person. Dogs are relational beings, so they're going to attach to somebody within that relationship, within the family unit. It's generally the person who spends the most time with the dog. But what you'll see is a very unhealthy connection. The dog is following the person around everywhere. The dog is stressing when that person leaves the house or leaves the area. And the dog is going to react with a lot of power towards others who come near that person. That's when it starts hitting the tipping point. And so, but the issue of leadership, this is the thing about, people who invest their emotions in the relationship with the dog without reconciling them to leadership. There's a vacuum, so to speak, in the relationship. So the dog will follow the path of least resistance when it comes to taking power, and they start to connect to people in very unhealthy ways. Even, people that they allow into that script, it's still based on devaluation. So it can be very deceiving, because the dog will appear to get along with certain people and not others. But I guarantee, if you look at the personality types involved, you'll start to be able to see what I'm talking about in terms of how people think. And it's all about strength and weakness in the relationship. But the thing to understand through leadership, and this is the thing about, attachment and love and seeing that type of possessiveness and interpreting that as love, it's about, dogs are relational beings. So they will, when a person is in the relationship that's fulfilling leadership, this leadership role, they will attach that person through right relationship, which means that it'll still look like very similar in a lot of ways to the person the dog is devaluing, but there's a big difference, and the big difference is the dog is within the follower role itself, and you're not going to have the behavior problems that come along with a unhealthy attachment, because the person's in right relationship. So the dog's in a state of balance. But this is why when I help dog owners, you'll see this transition play out even within a very short amount of time. When I'm there applying method, when I'm starting to step into that role for the dog owner, what starts to happen is that dog starts to come to me, starts focusing on me, even within the hour time period that I'm there. And this can be kind of unsettling to the dog owner that's highly invested in the relationship through emotion, because they almost see that as like the dog not loving them anymore or something. And it can be very unsettling. And, what people have to understand is dogs are nature-oriented. So this issue about why they're with people, you have to see it through the relational lens. When dogs are with somebody for the wrong or right reasons, the ability to see that has to come through stepping back and applying it. But this is why it's, the most powerful connection that you can have with a dog is through fulfilling the leadership role. It's going to override that possessiveness. So again, as soon as someone steps on it, because that's what is going to give you the ability to have meaningful influence over the dog, a healthy relationship. So this is again where the ability for the dog to follow commands comes from, is through right relationship. So anyway, just something to think about when you're looking at leadership versus love or possessiveness. There's a good and bad reason why a dog will be hanging off a person, and again, pretty much if you're experiencing behavior issues, I pretty much guarantee you it's the wrong reason. And so the solution is changing how you think, coming in the right relationship. The dog will, there's almost like a falling away, so to speak. The dog knows you're in competition, but there's a coming back too. There's a reattachment phase. So anyway, if you have any questions, contact me. I'll be more than happy to help you navigate this relational issue and help you connect with your dog in the proper way. So thanks for watching.